If you are leading an organization, I am sure you are overwhelmed by the volume of decisions you face every day. From operational choices to team dynamics, it can feel like you are consistently putting out fires with little time left to focus on growth. The Pareto principle teaches us that 20% of our work should drive 80% of the results. However, most leaders spend the majority of their time on low-impact incidental decisions that don't contribute to growth. Based on a survey by the New York Enterprise Report, 33% of small business owners work over 50 hours per week, with 25% working more than 60. This often leads to burnout, sacrificing health and family time. But what if you could free up just 20% of your time to focus on growth? Let me introduce you to Sam. Sam is the CEO of a growing company. Like many leaders, Sam found himself caught in the day-to-day operations, feeling stressed and spread too thin. He knew he had to make a change if he wanted to lead his company to new heights. Sam started with an honest assessment of how his time was being spent. He quickly realized that much of this time was consumed by low-level decisions that could easily be delegated or automated if the right systems were in place. How did he do it? Let me quickly guide you through a structured method that Sam used to strengthen the foundations of the organization, reduce decision-making fatigue, and reclaim his time. He used a structured three-step process to delegate decisions and empower his team. Sam began by clearly defining the roles and responsibilities in his organization. This wasn't just about listing job titles, it was about clarifying objectives and targets for each role. Sam made sure to understand what success looked like for each role and where decision-making authority lay. Next, Sam collaborated with his team to identify the major tasks tied to the company's value stream, the essential tasks needed to deliver their customer promise. This step ensured that no tasks were overlooked and gave everyone a clear understanding of what needed to be done and how it aligned with the company's broader mission. The final, most critical step was implementing the RACI matrix. For each task, Sam with his team defined 4 roles. R or responsible, who is responsible for doing, executing the task. A or accountable, who is ultimately accountable for ensuring the task is completed within quality requirements. C or consultant, who needs to be consulted to or for their input. I or informed, who should be informed about the progress or outcomes. By mapping this out, Sam created clarity around who was responsible for each task, who was accountable for the task and would be the final authority for decision-making, who could provide inputs if needed, and who needed to be kept in the loop. This process removed decision bottlenecks and confusion about who was responsible for what. Now Sam only needed to confer with the ones who are directly accountable under his leadership, and they can in turn delegate decision-making to the ones responsible for maintaining accountability. An important point to note about this process is Sam didn't do this alone. He involved his entire team in the process. By including them, Sam ensured that his team not only understood their roles but took ownership of them. This active involvement created accountability and gave his team the authority to make decisions without constantly seeking approval. As a result, Sam found that his team began making decisions on their own without constantly coming to him for an approval. The RACI matrix didn't just reduce Sam's workload, it empowered his team to work more efficiently and independently. Yes, it might feel time-consuming to get this set up, but once it is in place, you will quickly start seeing the benefits. Sam saw this firsthand. Within weeks, he reclaimed 20% of his time, which he could then reinvest in strategic initiatives for growth. By putting this structured process in place, Sam was able to free himself from the noise of the daily operations and focus on what really mattered, leading his company towards future growth.